Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, July 9th, and just some small chances for rain this week, maybe later on today, and then as we get towards Thursday night into Friday, maybe a little bit better chance, but still there's going to be some people that may not get rain out of that late week system, so we are in a very dry and somewhat of a drought condition right now, and we'll certainly see that when the next drought update comes out for Wednesday and the maps are updated on Friday. And looks like for high temperatures today, with the still fairly dry area, and although we're going to see the humidity and dew points on the increase today well through the 60s, we'll have a high around 92 degrees in a few locations, certainly upper 80s. And then I think the next couple of days with drier air moving in behind the front that probably doesn't produce precipitation to only maybe 10-15% of the area, we'll see highs in the low to mid 80s. I think with the dry air, will outperform the models by at least a couple of degrees. And it looks like the heat and humidity may come back as we get towards the end of the week into the next weekend, when we could approach 90 again by as early as Friday and Saturday. As far as yesterday, we had a high of 89.1, which is about 4 degrees higher than the forecast. And that's because, again, this dry air tends to produce quite a temperature contrast, almost 30-degree difference between the low and the high. And again, that's what that dry air will do, give you cool nights but very warm days. We had a low of 59, no precipitation. The state high yesterday, 93 degrees at Alpena, and the state low, 48 degrees at Pellston. And if we look at the next slide, you can see we are in day 3 of the most historic heat wave that we've ever had across the U.S., 1936 the year. And you can see some of the high temperatures for today: Mile 103, 102 at Alpena, 105 Houghton Lake, and 102 at Traverse City. Ultimately, the highest temperature ever recorded in the state, 112 degrees at Mile, back on Friday the 13th. Well, it's Friday the 13th this year, but it was July 13th, 1936. And if we look at the temperatures out there this morning, fairly comfortable, mainly in the low 60s, a few temperatures down in the mid to upper 50s. And again, though, with the humidity and dew points still not too bad, we'll see them increase this afternoon, so it'll become more muggy and definitely hot here this afternoon. As far as the low-level winds, you can see our flow coming up out of the southwest off to our west, and you can see where the cold front is now with the winds moving down behind this front, and you can see we're getting more of a southwest flow today. That'll help increase the moisture, humidity, and dew points. And if we look at the satellite view, you can see this front that's coming through a little more impressive looking than what it is. Again, by the time it moves into here, it'll be running into dry air. Morning precipitation will dissipate, but we'll look for a few pop-ups once we get closer. As that front gets closer, there'll be a little bit of pool of moisture just out ahead of the cold front. That could produce some showers and scattered thunderstorms. And again, you can see the hurricane off the southeast coast should move off to the north and then out into the Atlantic. Maybe some strong rip currents across the outer banks across the Carolinas, but no major effect expected. As far as the weather map this morning, you can see that hurricane low will get pushed out thanks to a system moving off. It'll help steer it out to sea. High pressure will be well in control. And if we look at the precipitation forecast over the next 7 days, again, most of it off to our west, but we will start to get some better chances as we get towards Thursday night and Friday, but still not all that great of a chance here over the next 7 days or so. As far as weather watch out there this morning, everything is clear across the board. We expect no real adverse conditions across much of the Midwest for some time, maybe as we get towards the weekend, but should be fairly tranquil throughout much of this work week that allow wheat harvest to really get going. Did some sampling out there, and so far the toxin levels look pretty optimistic here in the mid-Michigan area. And as far as the forecast goes today, you can see with the dry air in place, I think we climb up around 88 to 92 degrees. Lows tonight a little bit warmer in the mid-60s. And then behind the cold front, we'll see temperatures in the low to mid-80s with a few days in the 50s. So pretty comfortable weather here. And then it will warm up. And as that warmer comes in, chance of some showers and thunderstorms as we get into Thursday night into Friday. Getting warm and humid as we get towards Friday highs again, back up around 90. Looks like next weekend right now. Looks like it'll be somewhat on the warm side in the upper 80s to around 90 as well. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.